We were there. We saw it all. Why do you have 9 slides of your announcement? Like, you were acting like you weren't going to retire 2 days ago. I was expecting a 5-part documentary.
Welcome to Her Sports Convo with Ashleigh Wilson.
Hey y'all. Oh, welcome back. Crazy to see you here again. I hope you had a good week last week. I hope you have a good week this week. Oh boy. I'm going to be honest. I had a plan of how we were going to go about this episode, but approximately 15 minutes ago, I'm scrolling through the interwebs and it's like, boom, this happened. So who knows where this is going to go? You know before I do, because you're watching it on the back end. But first of all, we have to talk about Championship Sunday. You know, we thought we were going to get 2 very meh games. As I said, you know, had such a crazy week last week. They couldn't possibly package it up and give us more crazy. But oh boy, did the Chiefs and the Bengals really try to do that. As we all know, they went in the overtime. And the funniest part of that game to me personally was, aside from the Chiefs basically handing it to the Bengals, as the Chiefs offense just, to me, stopped caring, and the Bengals defense finally realized, hey, we're kind of good. Maybe we should, you know, start playing kind of good like we actually are. Is that we all know that Patrick Mahomes did it in 13 seconds last week to tie the game up. But the fun fact on the backside is that this week in the first overtime, it took him 13 seconds to throw that interception. A lot can change in 13 seconds, you guys. A lot can change. Literally, that 13 seconds decided between going to the Super Bowl and not. Technically, it didn't, but technically it kind of did. And then we all know Joey and friends went down there and kicked the field goal because, you know, we're not trying to play those kind of games this season. But yeah, I'm so excited for the Bengals to be in the Super Bowl. And here's why. Because we all know Joe tore his ACL last year. The rumors about Jamar Chase not being the guy, how they should have chose Sewell, I think that's how you say his first name. But, you know, Detroit ended up getting him as he was an offensive lineman. And that argument went on all season long up until about week 7 or 8. And the Bengals, Cincinnati, Joe Mixon, like, who would have thought that they're so ahead of schedule? Like, I feel about the Cincinnati Bengals how I felt about the Phoenix Suns this summer in the NBA Finals. And here's why. Both of these franchises are run by 2 interesting individuals who in the past hasn't really put the best for the team, league, and or city at the forefront of their thoughts. But 2 of them, literally the both of them, have managed to make it to the pinnacle of both their sports at the same time within the same sports calendar year, I would say. And now, will the Cincinnati Bengals have the same fate as the Phoenix Suns? I don't know. I can't tell time. I'm kind of feeling like they might. I hope not. Like, that'd be a great story to tell. But I'm kind of feeling like that's maybe how their story's going to end. But both of them, the Phoenix Suns and the Cincinnati Bengals, are ridiculously ahead of schedule. So them losing the Super Bowl, yes, that would be awful for everyone on that team. It wouldn't necessarily be bad, you know, because they're so far ahead of schedule. Like, this is only Joe Burrow's second year. And as we all know, Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl in his second year. So I'm not saying Joe Burrow is going to be the next Tom Brady. Let me just make that very clear. I'm not saying that. But anything can happen. Like, they're so ahead of schedule. They got Jamar Chase showing up. Now, yes, he could have a sophomore slump next year. He could. I don't think he will. I hope he doesn't. It could happen. Anything could happen. But I'm saying, like, on the way and the trajectory of this team, as basically this team was supposed to be what the Cleveland Browns had. But it's not. It's literally the complete opposite. And the fact that it happened a little bit further down the street in Cincinnati is insane. Now, I know somebody's probably sitting there like, Cincinnati and Cleveland aren't that close. I don't understand geography. So in my head, they're close. But talking about the Cleveland Browns, Odell is going to the Super Bowl. Shout out to Odell Beckham Sr. As you know, he just had to really shine a light down on the issue and get his son out of that city and out of that franchise. And as we all know, you put the right fertilizer in the flower will grow. Cactuses aren't going to be growing in cold climates where it's raining all the time. Again, I don't understand plants, but I'm just assuming all these things. And Odell has blossomed in the past few weeks in LA that we all saw it won't work down there in Cleveland. And now he's going to the Super Bowl with Von Miller, Matthew Stafford, and Aaron Donald, and Cooper Kupp. Like, who would have, if you would have told me last year, that team, one, was the Los Angeles Rams, two, was going to be going to the Super Bowl in SoFi Stadium, their home stadium, I wouldn't have believed you, because I'd have been like, yeah, right. But, a lot of magic has been happening, and I'm happy for Odell. I'm happy for Matthew Stafford. Like I said last week, everyone was dogging Matthew Stafford out. They were dogging this man out, saying he was no good. He was one of the worst first-round overall picks. And now he's brought his team to the Super Bowl in his first year there. Got to give the man credit where's credit due, because the cup is overflowing with all that he's done. And it's going to be a good Super Bowl, I hope. I hope it's going to be a good Super Bowl. I hope it's not a blowout. The Rams have a very strong defensive line. As we know, the Bengals do not have a very strong offensive line, but the Bengals have a very good defense. Offense is crazy on both sides. I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring affair. It's going to be high up there. Tippity top. But I do know for a fact it is going to be fun. And Super Bowl 56, I think it is. I kind of don't understand Roman numerals, but I'm pretty sure it's Super Bowl 56 will be one to remember. Aside from that, we're at least going to see Mary J. Blige, Dr. Dre, and Eminem do whatever the world Eminem does now, because that man sure enough ain't rapping no more. It's that's literally what he sounds like. He sounds like he's speaking the world's worst language. After Sunday, I thought, it was going to be a pretty slow news week. Not much was going to happen. Little did we know, on Monday, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky were going to announce that they're having a baby together. And I personally believe that baby's already born, but we can get into that a whole nother day. Then a few hours later, we had our queen, Adele, announce, she's going to go perform at the Brit Awards, as well as give a little tad bit that Rich Paul sent his love, as some people were out there saying that Adele, basically was holding Rich Paul hostage until he confessed that he wasn't going to leave her, which, if you listen to that album, that won't true. The way that girl was singing, that won't true. But the wildest part of this weekend arguably had to be Adam Schefter reporting that Brady retired, and then 5 seconds later, Brady's agent is going to be like, well, Tom is the only person who can decide if, is he really going to retire this year? Is it submitted in stone? And everyone was dogging Adam Schefter out, saying, oh my gosh, he lied. I can't believe Adam Schefter did that. Why did he risk his, relationship just to be the first one to report the news? Adam Schefter knew. Adam Schefter knew Andrew Luck was retiring before anyone else. So y'all thought this man was going to sit on the Brady news? Nah. Much respect to you, Adam. I mean, he potentially tore his ACL trying to do the gritty. This man cares. And he ended up being right, as Brady posted his 9-post carousel on Instagram announcing his retirement. Please let me know if you read every single word on those 9 posts, because I know I did not. I was like, Tommy boy, we were there. We saw it all. Why do you have 9 slides of your announcement? You were acting like you weren't going to retire 2 days ago. I was expecting a 5-part documentary, but I guess the 9-part documentary already came out on ESPN this season. But come on, I was expecting big. I was expecting lavish, and I got just 9 Instagram slides of text that I know I wasn't going to read. And the crazy thing about that 9 things of text is that nowhere in there did he mention the New England Patriots, the Kraft family, or Bill Belichick. He said, no thank you. No thank you. Y'all burn that bridge and I ain't walking back over it. And I respect him for that. It's kind of wild. I know Patriots fans are, I'm not even going to say they're burning jerseys because people, I feel like we all realize that's kind of dumb. But, I'm pretty sure there's some TVs being broken. Some phones were thrown across the room. But one interesting thing I did see, I hope I can find it again. But the New England Patriots posted on their Instagram a graphic of like Tom Brady like going off into the sunset in his like Patriots outfit. But they had, and it was like, TB12 forever. It was like a Patriots boat. But they had like 7 Super Bowls in the like Super Bowl trophies in the boat with Tom. And I was like, didn't he only win 6 with y'all? But I guess y'all threw in the 7th one just because it's about Tom and it's not about your relationship with Tom. Anyway, I was a little disappointed. I truly wanted to see Tom play a petty season. I wanted him to go out there and possibly get a chance to winning an 8th Super Bowl just because he was trying to get back at Adam Schefter. Like, that would have been great TV. I would have watched it all. I would have indulged in it all. And we would have all had fun. I think he didn't do that because Tom said he didn't want a farewell season, which, I mean, wasn't everyone kind of already giving him a farewell season? Like, we all knew, Tom, your 22nd year in the league, bro. We weren't, it's not like you were Patrick Mahomes retiring. You know what I mean? We weren't shocked like we were when Andrew Luck retired. Like, you're 43 or 42 or something like that. Like, we all saw it coming. But I get it. You just want to walk off into the sunset. But I wouldn't be shocked to see Tom Brady become a reporter or a sideline person. Now, personally, I wouldn't be shocked to see him become a model. Because if you think Tom Brady is going to be a stay-at-home dad, you got another thing's coming. Tom Brady and Phillip Rivers are not on the same level. It's not happening. And Tom's going to be gracing our TVs in some form or fashion very, very soon. But talking about retirement, if for some reason you are not keeping up with the WNBA, 1, what you doing? Looking at you. 2, there's been so much drama within the past 24 hours. Starting at the top, our queen, Sylvia Fowles, has decided this will be her last season as she decided to sign a 1-year deal with the Minnesota Lynx, her team, and go out into the sunset with them this final season as she's one of the best to ever do it. She's won the WNBA twice, 2 final MVPs, 2 MVPs, like, list goes on and on and on. And she needs to get that star treatment that we all know everyone's going to give Sue Bird, because this is as well her farewell season. And every city needs to be dedicating everything just like they are to Sue Bird to Sylvia Fowles, because if they're not, then we're gonna have conversations, and there's conversations that are already being talked about, but we need to have those conversations because Sylvia did a lot for this game as well as Sue Bird. But we all know that the league did not choose Sylvia to be the face. They chose Sue and Diana Taurasi. I have no issues with that. They're great basketball players. They're phenomenal women off the court. But so is Sylvia, and she needs to get her representation and her dedication in her retirement tour because she changed the game just as much as they did. And talking about the game changing, WNBA free agency kicked off this Tuesday. And let me tell you, my phone, ding, ding, ding. Actually, it wasn't dinging because I don't have notifications on. But once I got in there, it was like boom, 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 boom when I got on all the social medias. First of all, congratulations are an honor for Becky Hammon, who is the Las Vegas Aces, the Las Vegas Aces head coach and GM. And she has a deal worth northern of $1 million, which is one of the biggest contracts ever signed in the WNBA. But even though that is a great honor for Becky Hammon and a great honor for not only her, but female coaches, the WNBA, the fact that they have that much money to put in coaches to make the game better, it's not a good look because WNBA Supermax contracts are not that much. That is like 4 times the amount of a WNBA Super max contract, which is something that Breanna Stewart signed this season as well, where she's going to be playing one more year for the Seattle Storm. And Liz Cambage, I always call her Liz Cambage, and it's Liz Cambage. I'm going to get it right one day. Liz Cambage, she talked about it this afternoon in her tweet. If I can find it, I'll post it up here if you're watching the video version. But she spoke about how, coaches are making 4 times the Supermax within the WNBA. And she still has to sit and coach to travel for games, or she doesn't want to sit for coach. She has to pay for herself to be upgraded so she can sit. Now, if you don't know much about Liz is a 6'8" sitting in coach with people like me who are 5'4". Like, the math ain't mathin', babe, and she shouldn't be sitting in coach looking like the clowns in the clown car. Like, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense that, the WNBA, it has a salary cap. Many leagues have salary cap. Salary cap is determined by how much money the league is going in. We can get into this all day, every day. But everyone was saying, why is, Liz doing this? She's tearing down Becky Hammon. Like, Becky Hammon is getting this great honor, and it's not her tearing down Becky Hammon by any means. I definitely know she's not doing that. And she even said, that's what she's doing. It's about the way the economics and sphere is ran within the WNBA and how it's so broken and how it's really not trickling down to the players that you feel like it should. Again, coaches should be making that kind of money. Becky Hammon is deserving of that kind of money. I'm pretty sure she left the Spurs and she told them, I'm not coming to the Aces unless you pay me what I need to be paid. And you go, girl. Tell them to pay you what you need to be paid. You know what I mean? But these players deserve that money as well, and they deserve that respect. Like, if you're not going to pay them, give them the accommodations. Like, come on now. Like, give them the accommodations. Have them not spending 12, 15 hours in airports dealing with delayed flights because they're riding on Delta, United, Spirit, just like the rest of us regular folk. Like, come on now. They deserve better than that. They deserve so much better than that. And hopefully the league can, really start taking a look at it, as the WNBA has made so many strides in the past 18 months that they can keep going and really look into that, because I get where Liz is coming from. She said no lies. She said no hate. She said no bad things about, what's going on in the WNBA, and especially with that contract. But she right now is a free agent, and I definitely don't think she's going back to Las Vegas for a myriad of reasons, but definitely one of them is how the Aces run their organization. And, that's where Becky Hammon is, and that's where the Aces feel like they given their money to their GM and their coach. So keep your eyes peeled out for WNBA free agency, as it's literally only Tuesday, and it's the first day, and everybody's losing their minds. So who knows what's going to look like from a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, because, oh boy, hold on, because we're going for a ride. And talking about the ride, I know I finished talking about the NFL, but this just felt more conducive to go behind coaches and controversies, as that is what's being heavily pressed with Brian Flores right now, as he filed a civil class suit against the league. Ashleigh, get your notes right. Get your information right, girl. Brian Flores filed a class action complaint today, which basically states, if you're watching this on the video, I'm looking at the class action suit so we can, make sure we got our information correct. It states that he's suing the NFL and the New York Giants for racism in hiring, along with a myriad of other things, because Brian Flores alleged that the Miami owner, Stephen Ross, offered to pay him $100,000 for each loss. $100,000 for each loss, as he said no, because he carries himself as an individual who cares about the game, and he doesn't want to lose. Like, he's a coach, he doesn't want to lose. And so basically bribery. As well as Stephen Ross pressured him to tamper, as he offered him $100,000 for each loss. And he received texts from Bill Belichick that showed the Giants already had their coach picked before they even interviewed him. And basically, what the text looked like. I'll pop them up on the screen if you're watching the video version. But it says, from Bill Belichick that, congratulations, Brian. He sent them way before Brian Flores had his interview with the New York Giants, as the coach who the Giants hired is called Brian DeBall instead of Brian Flores. He got his Brian's confused, which I don't understand, but check your contact information, Bill Belichick. Come on now. Now you ain't gonna be able to use your phone no more. He sent him congratulations checks. It said, I hear from Buffalo and the Giants that you're their guy. I hope it works out. And he was like, and Brian Flores was like, that's what I want to hear. You're right, coach. Thank you. And then he was like, oh, I think you're talking, you got your Brian's confused. And Belichick's like, sorry, I effed this up. I double checked and I missed the text. I think they are naming DeBull. Sorry about that, BB. And they were like, thanks. It was basically messy. And now he's filing a suit. And he even made in a statement earlier today that, he knows that by doing this, he's, basically, in other words, he's giving up his chance to ever coach in the league or football ever again. As, he's pulling the, whatever, what's the saying? Like the wool over he's pulling the curtain back. Y'all know all the sayings to the league. And he's letting the world see them. And he's letting what has been said behind so many closed doors, and so many people have said it, but no one's giving the proof and the information. And he's, showing the public, he's showing us like what's happening and how, they're doing what everyone says they're doing. They're taking in these black coaches or minority coaches and basically just saying, oh, we gave him an interview, now leave us alone. Because why y'all interview this man when you already had your coach? Y'all were just doing it for the TV. And that's okay. Like I'm pretty sure Brian did not want to waste his time having to fly all the way to New York knowing he won't go get a job, because as Bill Belichick just said, Brian DeBall got the job. So what's the issue? What's the issue? And I'm glad he did it. I know he's definitely probably never going to coach in this league ever again, or probably football ever. Maybe at high school, low college, but like he said in his statement, it needed to be done. Transparent need to be had so that, he makes it easier for the people to come. Because right now, there are 32 teams in the NFL, as only one of them is a black man. We all know who that is. Shout out to you, Mike. Just hanging in there, standing up for the whole culture. And it's bad. It's bad. The league needs help, but they don't want help because it's the old white man's club. I don't know what the solution is. I hope somebody can figure it out. And I hope that this class action suit is the right step. And I'm proud of Brian Flores. I'm proud of, one, always keep your receipts. Always keep your receipts. So any of y'all who out there be deleting text messages, y'all need to go get them back. Because don't be deleting your receipts, as you never know. You might can get you a class action suit out. Oh boy. Well, that's all I have for this week. Make sure to like, comment, rate, subscribe wherever you decide to listen to your podcast today. Head on over to Instagram and follow at Her Sports Convo to stay up to date on all things Her Sports Convo. Check out the main channel, Her Sports Convo, where I post new videos every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week's video was about the NFL Pro Bowl, how it's different from the All Pro, all that good stuff, how it works, how much they get paid, all that good stuff. Make sure to check it out. I always have all the info in the descriptions below wherever you decide to listen to your things at. As well as check out the Her Sports Convo podcast channel if you're not already watching. You can look at me talk to myself and not only listen to me talk to myself every single Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, be safe, have fun, and don't be afraid to join the convo.